Good morning, ASEAN. Freshen up your world, your thought, and your idea with us every weekday from 7:30 to 8 a.m. I'm Patsurang Desha Putharangsi.
And I'm here with you, Nirsha Malasaklumi, and today is Monday, 10th of June, 2013.
We start off with Prime Minister Yingluck. You know what? She on Sunday announced a new government scheme encouraging city residents to propose self-initiated development projects costing a maximum of 2 million baht each. The Premier made the announcement during a visit to Kampang Phet province to look into cultural and historical tourism development in the province. Speaking to supporters at Kampang Phet Provincial Stadium, Ms. Yingluck said under the initiative dubbed Roi Mưa San Muang, 100 hands building cities, residents in urban areas of all provinces, including Bangkok, are urged to come up with projects or activities aimed at developing their own cities and neighborhoods. Budgets for proposed initiatives range from 500,000 to 2 million baht. And she also said signatures of local people from at least 100 families must be collected and submitted for consideration and approval along with each project proposal. She also added the Roi Mưa San Muang scheme would allow people to materialize what they truly want to do with their communities. She did not give further details of the scheme, however.
Well, now let's have a look at the situation in Cambodia, as there was an estimated about 10,000 of survivors from the Khmer Rouge regime during the 1975 to 1979 who held a peaceful protest on yesterday to demand the Kem Songkha, the vice president of the opposition Cambodian National Rescue Party, or CNRP, to apologize for his alleged denial of Khmer Rouge crimes. The protest was held at the capital's Freedom Park. According to local Bayon television owned by the Hun Mana, daughter of Prime Minister Hun Sen, the protests were held simultaneously throughout the country, urging Kem Songkha to apologize for his alleged insulting remarks. The television showed protesters march and burn Kem Songkha's portraits in some provinces. The demonstration was held after Kem Songkha allegedly claimed that the Khmer Rouge regime's notorious Tuol Sleng prison in Phnom Penh was an artificial place. The prison was the main torture center during the regime, and around 14,000 people were killed there. In February last year, a special tribunal sentenced ex-chief of Tuol Sleng prison, King Kyev, to life in prison for overseeing the death. Protest organizer Shomei, president of the Victims Association of Democratic Kampuchea and one of the survivors from the Tuol Sleng prison, said that the gathering was held to protest against Kem Songkha's statement that Tuol Sleng prison was just a make-up. However, CNRP spokesman Yim Sovan reiterated yesterday that the Kem Songkha recording was fabricated against the opposition leader ahead of July's general election. And on Friday, the National Assembly of Cambodia unanimously adopted a law to make it illegal to deny crimes committed during the period of democratic Kampuchea after Prime Minister Hun Sen's appeal. Under the law, individuals who refuse to acknowledge, diminish, deny, or challenge the existence of crimes or glorify crimes committed during the regime will be jailed from 6 months to 2 years and fined between $250 and $1,000.
Filipino President Benigno Aquino III announced that 3 Philippine companies are affirmative on investing in Myanmar. For this, the Philix Mining Corporation is eyeing possible mining projects. Maynilad Water Services Incorporation is looking at projects that will minimize waste in water distribution, and Manila Electric Company, or Meraco, is eyeing electricity distribution. On the last day of the World Economic Forum, the president said the Philix is working with partners already for possible copper and other mining projects. He also said Myanmar President Thein Sein asked the Philippines to help mostly in agriculture and energy sector. He also said the National Economic Development Authority will be inviting their counterparts to undertake trainings in the Philippines to build up a bureaucracy, but the concentration of President Thein Sein was in agriculture. Aquino said Thein Sein also thanked the Philippines for training students in agricultural institutes. However, Aquino admitted he was a bit uncomfortable when he first met Thein Sein and brought up the issue about pro-democracy leader Aung San Suu Kyi. According to the president, said that Myanmar's stability is a necessary component for prosperity the stability and prosperity rebounded to ASEAN's own increased stability and prosperity. Aquino said the Philippines had also been isolated for some time and that Myanmar must be engaged and trade sanctions must be lifted so that its economic growth will not be hampered.
And still in the Philippines, as according to the palace officials, in 2015, the Philippines will host two international summits with the World Economic Forum on East Asia in 2014 and the Asia-Pacific Economic Conference in 2015 as the government seeks to showcase the country's march to progress. Presidential spokesperson Edwin Lacerda, in a radio interview, said on Saturday that Philippines have preparations in place. He disclosed that the president had already designated a lead agency tasked to make the summit a success. He later told the Inquirer by text that the office of the president itself would be on top of the preparations for the two coming summits. When he attended WEF on East Asia at Naypyidaw, on Friday, Aquino formally accepted Manila's hosting of the next East Asia Summit. He had earlier consented to hosting the 23rd Summit when he attended the Global WEF in Davos, Switzerland in January. Communications Secretary Ricky Karandan, who accompanied the president to Myanmar, told that there's a committee doing the planning for both WEF and APEC. He said that the committee is composed of the same group working on APEC, according to Karandang. He added that the summit would also show what opportunities are available for investment. He said tourism and businesses would also benefit from holding the summit here.
Well, Kunir Shah, it would be very interesting to see the Pinoys in Malaysia celebrating their National Day in the rain, because a special report from the Star Malaysia is to take us to witness the Filipino-Malaysian community celebrated the 15th anniversary of the Declaration of Philippine Independence on a rainy morning in Kuala Lumpur.
Women and men were singing and dancing in the rain during a Filipino-Malaysian community parade along major streets in Kuala Lumpur Sunday morning. The parade was part of this year's commemoration of the 115th anniversary of the Declaration of Philippine Independence. It drew more than 1,000 participants and featured 12 floats. Celestina Olagat has been living in Malaysia for 18 years and worked as a maid here. She says her group represents the Highlander from the northern Philippines.
We have an organization called BIBAC that is from northern Philippines. And this is our first time to join for the Independence Day.
Annie Rose Batayok was in charge of making the float for the group. She says about 15 to 30 of them took 2 to 3 weeks to complete the bamboo float. Cooking instructor Arlene Diego was the main designer for a dress, custom-made for a representative of Philippine ladies of Kuala Lumpur.
This is also something like, you know, the Spanish kind of and the flamenco. And it also consists of the Philippine flag colors of the red, white, blue, and things like that.
Arlene, who has lived in Malaysia for 30 years, says the blouse of the outfit is a traditional top worn by Philippine locals. Housewife Jem Potts, who wore the dress, says she feels proud wearing it even though it was so heavy on a rainy day. Philippine Ambassador to Malaysia, J. Eduardo Malaya, says, apart from celebrating Philippines' independence, the event also shows the solidarity between the Filipinos and the Malaysians.
Well, a lot of our community members have significant linkages to this country. A lot of them are married to Malaysians. A lot of them are working with Malaysian companies. A lot have long resided here. And I think it is a vibrant community, a community which has so much to share.
He says the rain didn't dampen people's enthusiasm and everybody was ready to parade rain or shine. After the parade, there was a Fiesta Sa Embajada, or Fiesta at the embassy, featuring Filipino food, games, music and a program showcasing the talents of Filipino community members. The Federation of Filipino Association in Malaysia, or FFAM, organized the parade this year.
And stay tuned. Coming up next after the break, let's update on U.S. President Barack Obama.
Yes. The U.S. President Barack Obama is trying to downplay news of PRISM data mining bombshell that leaked over the weekend, saying that NSA's extensive spying program is justified to track potential terrorism-related clues and that no one promised Americans both total security and total privacy. So the Washington Post recently revealed the existence of a confidential national security agency or NSA public data mining program called PRISM, operating since 2007, which the U.S. claims were to counter activities that could lead to terrorism acts. The program also claims involvement to the willing participation of 9 internet giants who have been forced into hyper damage control mode as the news of the program spreads and public discord begins to mount. The information about PRISM that has been released says that they can collect almost everything you can possibly do on the internet, and your computer intercept and record every kind of internet and computer-based communications possible, including email, voice and video chats, streaming videos, all photos, stored data on your hard device, voice over IP or VoIP conversations, file transfers, notifications of logins, etc., social networking details, and a special category called special requests. The U.S. President gave unscripted remarks saying that he thinks it is important to recognize that the American citizens cannot expect to have 100% security and total privacy and zero inconvenience. He added that the programs are secret in the sense that they're classified, but they're not secret in the sense that when it comes to telephone calls, and every member of Congress has been briefed on this program. Meanwhile, Director of National Intelligence James Clapper criticized the news media for what he called a rush to publish information based on reckless leaks about the government's surveillance tool PRISM. Clapper said the programs are both long-standing and well-known to Congress, which he said is briefed twice a year about the surveillance activities approved by the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act Court.
And for today, Chatty Natty today, she had interviewed Kun Surasit Samaisut, who is the MD of the Web Innovation Store. This man has 4 businesses, 3 companies, and 1 home business. Let's have a look at how he can manage all of this all in one together.
Last week, we met with a young Thai entrepreneur whose aim is to develop school database system through his business. But that's not the only business he has to manage. He has to manage 4 companies at the same time. Let's go find out how he's able to do it.
Okay, you have 2 businesses. Do you work like 24 hours a day?
Actually, more than 2 businesses. Yeah.
Oh, that's okay.
Because
more?
myself, I got 3 companies.
Okay.
So which is Web Innovation, EDU Solution, and the Click Education.
Okay.
So they're all about education business.
Right.
But they are in a private sector, in specific sectors. And another one is which is family business.
Okay.
So
4.
4.
I was 4. Okay.
My family business is doing about spirulina, which is a kind of food, and also a powder for cosmetic. So this is just become this year that I have to bring out all the factor, all the responsibilities to myself, because my dad just want to take a rest.
Okay, and how did you manage between the 2 companies, like managing both companies at the same time?
Right. So actually, it's really tough for a man that this age, because it's too many things to do. If you're not well enough to organize yourself, it's going to be break up and everything is going down together. So basically, I try to change the idea, the way that I think. So instead of doing something that I used to be like it, like play football or watching TV or playing games like others. So I try to think on the other way around to make another business to be my hobby.
What do you mean by turning job into
Right.
hobbies? How did
So
you do it?
it sounds a bit confused.
Yeah.
So because these two business, the one that I implementing and the one that from my family is totally different.
Yes.
So this is a key that I try to think, because it's totally different. So when I tie with my business, there's another thing to do without any without any relation between the problem that I found. So I try to think that is a thing that new, is a thing that is challenge, because I never know it before. So I quite enjoy that, and it's about deciding, it's about production, it's about health, it's something that touchable. So that's why I try to enjoy, and I really enjoyed it. So I just ignore my normal hobby like others do and enjoy the job as a hobby.
Have you faced any challenges in managing both companies, the new family business and your own business?
So the problem I think I would face, I would face that is a senior and their employee that is belong to my family business. The thing that I change them is they change their mind and make them believe that I'm not a son of the owner, but I'm the one who changing and leading you to another way that is new generation. So firstly, make them believe that I can do that, and make them believe that they believe in me as well, and so we go together.
So we've learned that you have worked hard, I would say, with both businesses. What do you do during your free time?
So basically it's golfing. So that's the one I like.
When did you start to do like golfing?
That would be 5 years ago, right?
Okay. Did you? How often do you do it?
Normally it's about 3 to 4 times a month.
Okay. Why did you decide to choose golfing? What did golfing help you in working?
Right. I would say that golf is interesting exercise, because it's not just a normal exercise that uses power, but mostly they use your brain. So it's the same kind of business that you have to plan, and you have to do things on as belong to your plan. Golf is one of the exercise. Golf is one of the sport that you have to well plan before you play. So it's not just playing without any making plan or making decision. So I think it's quite challenge and it's fun, because it's not just an exercise, but it's brain exercise.
Oh, okay.
Follow Chatty Natty every Monday. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye!
That's it for Good Morning ASEAN. We'll see you again same time, same place, same channel. I'm Patsurang Desha Puttarangsi.
And I'm Nirosha Malisak Lami. สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีค่ะ